Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we are going to look at the 4 latest Arsenal news. The first Arsenal news is that Sky Sport Germany's Florian Plettenberg has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms, "Here we go, Arsenal now on verge of making truly underrated signing." As Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup England international and West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice, Arsenal appear to be on the verge of completing a move for West Ham's Declan Rice. This is according to Sky Sport Germany's Florian Plettenberg, who has relayed information about the Gunners' target. Arsenal have been heavily linked with Rice for months, and speculation has been heading in the right direction. Bayern Munich were apparently in pursuit of the 24-year-old too, but now, they have reportedly pulled out of the race. Plettenberg, crediting Bild for the first call, tweeted that the Bavarians have decided not to submit an offer for Rice. This is because the player became more and more expensive. Now, he's on the verge of joining Arsenal. This is amazing news for Arsenal if true, as they'd be getting their hands on an absolutely incredible player. Indeed, Rice has been deemed underrated, suggesting the best is yet to come from the midfielder. In addition, the speculation that Bayern aren't even going to bid for Rice means Arsenal have one less obstacle in their path. Obviously, the Gunners have been favourites for Rice for a while now, but it looks as though things are edging towards a good conclusion. Last season, Arsenal went to the next level, and sat at the Premier League's summit for much of the campaign. Although they couldn't last the distance, the Gunners have some great foundations upon which to build further. Bringing in a player like Rice would no doubt edge them up to another level as they seek to compete on 4 fronts next term. The 24-year-old will hopefully be able to add more silverware to his personal collection next term after helping West Ham win the Europa Conference League. The second Arsenal news is that Fabrizio Romano has confirmed an Arsenal update, as he confirms Arsenal can now sign the new Lionel Messi for just £15 million, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup England international and West Ham United midfielder Declan Rice. Arsenal have been linked with a move to sign Fenerbahce youngster Arda Guler this summer, and Fabrizio Romano has shared an update on his release clause. The Gunners are set to be very active in this window. Central midfield is the priority, but like they do every summer, don't be surprised to see Edu bring in a really talented young player. Fenerbahce's Guler, who is still just 18, could be the player, and Romano has claimed on Twitter that he'll be available for a very affordable fee this summer. Just 2 weeks ago, Turkish football claimed that Newcastle United and Arsenal are leading the race to sign Arda Guler this summer. The outlet claimed that the Gunners have already made contact with Guler's family, who represent him, over a move to England before the start of next season. Guler is one of Turkey's finest young talents. He has had a very impressive season for Fenerbahce as well, scoring 6 goals and providing 7 assists in just 18 starts. It's only a matter of time before Guler leaves Fenerbahce for a bigger club, and Romano has claimed that he has an active release clause that makes him available for just £15 million. Arda Guler is a fine talent. Everyone in Turkey knows how good he is and how huge his potential is. He has even been branded as the new Lionel Messi, which is an outrageous compliment to give to someone so young. Guler, still only 18, is extremely versatile. He can play on both wings, as a number 8, 10, and even as a second striker. He is phenomenal on the ball and he will only get better in the coming years. Arsenal have had real success with the acquisitions of young players over the last few years. Guler could well be EDU's next impressive teenage signing. The third Arsenal news is that SBG has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm coach suggests a real chance £40 million star joins Arsenal or Newcastle, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of Brazil international and Zenit St. Petersburg forward Malcom. Malcom is reportedly an option for Premier League giants Arsenal and Newcastle United, with Zenit St. Petersburg's assistant coach believes there is a real chance he leaves the Russian champions this summer. With all due respect to a Zenit side celebrating their 5th successive RPL win, Malcom's talents deserve to be seen and enjoyed on a far bigger stage. Bombed out of Barcelona after barely kicking a ball in anger at the Spanish giants, the one-time Bordeaux talisman has recaptured the magic that once made him perhaps the most exciting France-based talent outside of Paris Saint-Germain. Malcom scored 26 goals and set up 9 more in 33 games across 2022-23. Form that caught the eye of PSG in January, and now has Arsenal, Newcastle and a treble-winning Manchester City side on red alert, 90 minutes. I think it's real, Zenit coach William de Oliveira tells SBG when discussing the chance of Malcom leaving for a top club. He scored 23 goals in Russia and is now called up to the Brazilian national team. This man played in Barcelona. He is 26 years old. Quite young. How much he wants or does not want, whether he succeeds or not, in a major European league, I don't know. Malcom, valued by Zenit at around £40 million, saw a move to PSG collapse in January. Time will tell if the Ligue 1 champions come calling again. Lionel Messi, Neymar and Kylian Mbappé potentially leaving Paris within 12 months of each other. PSG wanted to outsmart everyone. They just called us. They said, listen, we agreed with Malcom. LKTs fly in, we will send you a plane and here we will agree on everything, de Oliveira adds. It's good that he has a very experienced agent. Now, as far as I understand, there is silence on the topic of PSG. They themselves do not know what will happen there.
The final Arsenal news is that The Sun has confirmed an Arsenal update, as they confirm sensational Premier League captain's agent is now trying to encourage Arsenal to make £25 million move this summer, as Arsenal look to complete the signing of World Cup Portugal international and Wolverhampton Wanderers midfielder Ruben Neves. Jorge Mendes is trying to tempt Arsenal back into the race to sign Ruben Neves, with a move to Barcelona now in serious doubt. That is according to a report from The Sun, which notes that the Wolves star is growing frustrated with the lack of clarity over his future. It had appeared that Ruben Neves was destined for Camp Nou. Reports from Sport recently suggested that the Portuguese had agreed a 4-year deal with Barca. Mendes trying to get Arsenal to make move for Ruben Neves, however, The Sun is now suggesting that the switch may be unlikely. Barcelona do not want to pay £25 million for the 26-year-old. And with Ansu Fati not keen on joining Wolves in a swap, Jorge Mendes is being forced to try and take his client elsewhere. In fact, The Sun reports that Mendes is working to ramp up interest from Arsenal and Newcastle in the Wolves captain. It is noted that Arsenal have other priorities in midfield in this window. Meanwhile, Newcastle are not looking to spend some of their budget on Neves. It is a surprise to see Neves in this situation. He has been such a sensational performer for Wolves. And with 1 year left on his contract at Molineux, he could potentially be available for a bargain price. Of course, the summer is a long one. So as targets come and go on certain clubs' radars, someone like Neves may start to become a more appealing option. But it says a lot about the improvement the likes of Arsenal and Newcastle have made that they are not jumping at the chance to sign Neves even when Mendes is doing the best he can to find him a new club. Do you know the Arsenal news on Moises Caicedo? You will enjoy this video on your screen too.